So I want to show you how you may be developing some pain in your workouts and not even know why. So we talk about being very particular here at the gym, and the reason we do that is because it's those things that you let slide that can often cause the pain in your body. So you may have knee pain because of little tiny things that you're not correcting. Now, it's not necessarily that there's too much pressure in the exercises you're doing. It's that the exercises you're doing may need to be refined a little bit. So let's take a lunge, for example. And I'm going to lunge, and I'm going to lunge like that. Okay? And I'm going to do that same thing, and I'm going to lunge like that. Now, if you actually dissect what I'm doing, and you guys may not see it, but look at this front foot. It's not facing straight on. It's not facing head on into the camera. So I'm still going to lunge, right? But now I have this foot that's kind of out to the side. So it may not seem like much because right now it's not creating a ton of pain. But the more I do that, the more this leg isn't tracking the right way. Optimally, I go straight on and I sit down and that leg tracks. Ankle neutral, shin over the top of my ankle, knee over the top of my shin, and then this thigh is right behind my knee, right? But if I turn this way, things start to change. So now my ankle is not neutral, it's turned, right? And if my ankle's turned, but I'm still in this position with my body, right? Then something has to happen at my shin. So now my shin is turned as well. Right? If my shin's turned, then what happens here? There's some torque on my knee going outside of my body. I'm still facing this way, but there's torque on my knee going this way. Now, this thigh is pretty much still straight on this way. But when I get from thigh to knee, it goes that way and down. Right? So not great in terms of stacking the joints. So if I come from this position and then this gets straighter, maybe there's nothing going on at the hip because my femur has taken over and straightened itself out, but still I've got some knee issues here, right? So there's torque in the knee. Right? Now I come back from that with the torque in the knee, and what do you think happens over time? I get knee pain. Now let's pretend my whole leg goes. So now I'm exaggerating out this way, right? So I've still got that same position, but now my quad, my thigh goes with my knee to keep that straight on ankle, right? So ankle to knee to thigh. So now I'm going this way with my thigh rather than this way into the camera. So now, where's that torque gonna go? Into my hip. So I can still do that same lunge, but now that torque is going through the hip. So that load isn't displaced optimally, and now I'm getting excess onto the hip in an inappropriate angle. So over time, I get this like kind of hip pain. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on, but when I lunge, it hurts my hip a little bit. It's very sore, very tender. And that's why, because we didn't fix the foot in the first place. So if I have a neutral ankle and my foot is facing forward, now I can get into that same position, do that same lunge, and then everything tracks correctly, right? Everything tracks correctly here. So it's stacked, 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 and stacked, right? So now I can get the most out of that exercise without increasing the risk of pain.